I'm Emily Mallory of Emily's Papercrafts. I'm delighted you joined me today. Today, we're going to create this very cute little elephant iris folded greeting card. Let's get started. Okay, so we have a elephant die cut using a Sizzix set that I've had for a while. And then remember that we always use the back side, so that way when we're done, it goes in one particular direction. However, if you're creating your own pattern, you can have your elephant going the other way when you're finished. But I liked it pointing to the right when I was finished. Then I've cut some recycled dictionary pages and some just coordinating grays to use. So we're going to start with number 1 up here with a gray polka dot. When I am using my iris folding, I always start with the white side up, and I'm going to fold over so I see about 1/3 color and about 1/3 white. And don't worry if you don't fold your paper very nice and straight. One of my little hints and tricks is to put tape down that fold and then fold it over, as it creates a lot less bulk in your finished iris folding. If you don't fold it straight, it curls, but no worries. I'm going to go ahead and just fold my other 2 colors over, so another gray. If you purchased the elephant kit from my website or one of my shops, all of the paper strips that you would need would be included in that kit. Or you can always cut your own papers. These are 3/4 inch wide, and then having already made a couple of these, I know that I need approximately 6 inches of each color. I think the dictionary pages I actually used more, like about 8. So let's just go ahead and fold that other one. All right. So on my sticky. Wonderful joys of tape. Okay, so I wanted to start with my polka dot paper. So that is going to go over number 1 up here on the top. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball measure. I want it to overhang a little bit on each side. And then I'm just going to snip it. And I'm done with that one. And put some glue along the outside. Or technically tape. You could be using glue if you'd rather. Just remember that glue, because it's got some water in it, is going to take a little bit longer to dry and could leave some bumps. Okay, next I'm going to go to the back leg, which is a number 2. Measure off, kind of eyeball my dictionary page and snip it. Put down some more tape. I love using the roller tape because it's a lot faster than cutting lots of pieces of tape, but it also leaves behind quite a sticky, wonderful, I would say mess, but it's not really a mess as we create. Okay, next we're up to number 3. Number 3 here is going to be a little bit different, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that fold towards the center, and I'm not going to worry about lining it up on the other side to begin with. So I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball cut it. Remember, found the tape stickies. It's going to need to go all the way down over that foot. So I'm going to perhaps cut it a little bit on the longer side. And then I'm going to carefully put a little bit of tape there, basically around the trunk. But I don't want to do the full trunk because I'm going to trim it in a minute. We'll line up our shape again. You could also use a piece of washi tape or a painter masking tape type to hold down your shape. So then we're going to flip it over. Now I'm not too worried about making sure that that edge and that A line up precisely. I'm just going to go eyeball it from my elephant. I'm going to want it to line up with the tip and then the point of where the trunk and the leg meet. So I'm just going to carefully sort of just, I call it fussy folding, but I know that's for fussy cutting rather than folding. So it more or less lines up with the point of the trunk and the point of the foot. And I'm just going to fold it over, flatten it down, and then I'm going to put some tape just to help hold it down, but I'm not going to run the whole length. I'm just going to do a little bit. Because then next I'm going to trim out the gray part that's showing through where the trunk is very carefully so I don't snip out my die cut area. Perfect. Now we're ready to keep going. So that is number 3. And again, I'm not going to worry if it doesn't line up exactly with where the A line is supposed to start and stop. It's more important for it to line up with the trunk and the foot. Okay, so now we're up here to 4, which is our gray polka dots again. Eyeballing it, snip, tape, and repeat, basically. I'm just using a basic roller tape, nothing particular or fancy about one brand or the other than price point and what is either what you have on hand or affordable. Again, you can use Scotch tape as well. You're just going to end up cutting lots and lots of little teeny tiny snips of paper, or not paper, tape, to hold down each end of the paper. So I'd be putting a piece of Scotch tape there and a piece of Scotch tape there if I wanted to do more of the old school, if you would, type of iris folding before roller tapes were common and widely available. Okay, so now we're up here to our gray, and we're just going to keep building in. It is going to overlap again on the trunk, but that's okay because we'll trim it when we're done. Okay, polka dots again to number 7. We just keep working around the same pattern, creating a spiral, which pulls us in towards the center, which is why it is called iris folding, because you're moving in toward the center. Just lining it up so it meets or exactly covers up the black line on the pattern. Some more tape. Okay, another gray one. Where did that gray go? Number 9. As long as I don't catch my own stickies, it would be so much faster, but that's okay. Stickies are good. Okay, already up to number 10. We're almost done with the elephant body. One more time around. We're down to the little teeny tiny pieces. Okay, reline it up. Again, a little piece of washi tape would have done wonders for helping keep my elephant still rather than moving around. And number 11. So it's kind of fun watching the words disappear and reappear and make new words. Getting to be such little teeny tiny pieces of paper. And one more gray. I need a little bit more tape right there just to help hold it. Okay, we now have the body done except for the center, so let's go ahead and turn it over and see what we've got. Oh, it's cute. All right, so with my sample card, I decided to use the same gray polka dot for the center, but just try to miss some of the polka dots. So let's see if, or if you liked one of the other grays or more dictionary pages, that's fine too. Let's see, where's a nice big wide swath of gray. There we go. All right, so now that I've found one, let's trim it down a little bit. Just because the less paper we can have on the back means there will be less bulk when we go to put it on top of our card. And less bulk always means it's going to go through the mail so much more easily. Okay, let's see, to try to find my big gray spot. Yeah, that's all right. I'll do 3 polka dots instead. Okay, so now we have most of the body done and we just need to finish the trunk. So I'm going to go ahead and trim out this extra gray that we got when we were doing the additional layers of gray. Looks like I overlapped it way down there even. Okay, perfect. Feel around my nice stickiness. Okay, now we're going to finish off the trunk. I wanted it to look like it was shooting words up out of the trunk. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my first little scrap to put right there over the A. Let's see. Didn't remember it was so sticky, but that's okay, because now it overlaps. So if it overlaps the wrong way or too much, just rip it off and try it again. If you purchased the elephant kit, you could also have started with the trunk rather than ended with the trunk. Just a personal choice here to end with it rather than start with it. But again, no right or wrong. All right, now for B. Nice super stickiness. And I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around the trunk with my tape. B. And a little bit maybe over there. And these I don't really need to measure because I know they're all more or less the same size. A very sticky dictionary page or strip. Okay, realign it. There's number C. And then D, I don't need to worry about where that fold is so much. Just cover up the sticky space. Okay, woohoo! We now have a completed elephant. It's got its words going up and all over its back leg. So I'm going to put it face down again so I don't have it sticking to my workspace. And I'm using a raindrop background so it looks like it'll tie in with it, with the elephant shooting something out of its trunk. Happy words. If you had wanted to stamp a greeting, it's always a good idea to put your greeting on first before you start iris folding, because sometimes the bulk of all of the strips of the paper adds just enough that when you go to stamp a greeting, it'll go a little bit wonky and crazy. So then I like using the score tape for the back side because it just seems to be a little bit stronger than just the regular roller tape. But again, that's just a personal choice. You can use any type of a double-sided tape that you want. I also tend to go right up over the top and the back of it just to help hold all of those layers in place. There it goes. And last but not least, oh, and I have a fuzzy. Thank goodness it's on the back side. No one will know that it's got an extra little fuzzy on the back side. Just put it down on top of my raindrops. It's looking great. And next, for a wiggly eye, because I think wiggly eyes add so much extra character than just drawing an eye on. So if I have a wiggly eye available, I always tend to go for a wiggly eye. Then a little tiny bit of tacky glue wherever you would like the eyeball to go. And just like that, you have a very cute little elephant card ready for the mail. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.